Spawn found of Charya Jagat Guru Service Bhakti for Swami and for Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopina Sham Radhakunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan ki jai. Mathuradan ki jai. Navadu Mayapurdan ki jai. Jagannath Puridan ki jai. Jamuna Mai ki jai. Ganges Mai ki jai. Tumasi Devi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories assembled. All glories assembled. All glories assembled. All glories to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Pada Krishna Pada Krishna Gaura Karuna Satya. Narayanam Namaskritya Narottam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tapujayam Dhira Ashtaprai Swabhadri Sunityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamasavati Bhakti Bhavati Namaste Om Bhagavati Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya Om Dhyana Nirandasya Dhyananjana Salakaya Kappuram Litandjana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Chaitanya Mano Vistam Vitandena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahim Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavascha Kirtan Sadhatan Sahagana Raghunatan Gutantan Sabivan Sadvitan Savadukan Purijana Sahitam Krishna Kirtan Devan Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Logita Smi Visakantam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopi Sagopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Papa Kanchana Gurangira De Vrindavaneshwari Vesavana Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Bunchakal Patarujascha Kripa Sindhivaya Vachan Patitanam Pavarivyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasari Gaura Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Kantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Prabhupada Ki Jai Hare Krishna. Continue study from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8. Prayers by Kunkunti. Today we are continuing from This section is from 17 to 36. Kunti Devi begins to offer prayers. 17 to 36. Kunti Devi begins to offer prayers. So this is the introduction, what we're going to look at. A crisis over Krishna again, the crisis of attending to the two Brahmastra weapons thrown by Ashwatthama. Krishna has taken care of that. And now, Krishna again prepared to start with Dwarka. But before he could leave, one of the great devotees, Srimati Kunti Devi, expressed her distress. Devotees should not be distressed. Kunti Devi expressed her distress. Her distress is spiritual. So when you hear distress, the distress is not because she's lacking money, she's lacking good health, she's lamenting anxiety, she's lacking some material facilities, is distress. No, this is a spiritual distress. So she had observed how Krishna had simultaneously protected the Pandavas from outside, and this, as well as protecting Parikshit Maharaj in the womb of his mother. So Kunti Devi was astonished by Krishna's power, and she understood that Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Aside from that, his imminent departure caused her overwhelming pain. She who is described as supremely chaste Sati, in her devotion to Krishna, began to express her devotion in heartfelt prayers. So this will take us from text 17 to 32 or 36. So text 17. Brahma Tejodiniri Bhuktairi Atma Jai Saha Krishnaya Ayana Dipam Krishnam Iramaha Pita Sati. So said from the radiation of the Brahmastra, Kunti is chaste devotee of the Lord, and her 5 sons and Draupadi addressed Lord Krishna as he started for whom? Sati, that's the word used here for Kunti Devi. It is written here, prayers by Queen Kunti. Srila Prabhupada wrote that book, Teachings of Queen Kunti. It is prayer by Kunti. The prayers that Kunti Devi offered to Krishna, they are powerful teachings. The first thing here is that she is Sati. Kunti is described herein as Sati or chaste due to her unalloyed devotion to Lord Sri Krishna. The first teaching she has given to us here. Sati here means what? She is a chaste devotee of the Lord. Chaste, that means what? She does not go to any person for shelter, for protection, for guidance, anything. She does not approach anybody, no matter how powerful the demigod may be. Kunti Devi never approached them. She depends only on Krishna. Therefore, she's called here Sati, due to her unalloyed devotion to Sri Krishna. our mind will now be expressed in the following prayers. Lord Krishna. Yes. So Prabhupada has used it here in prayers. Kunti Devi's prayer is a powerful teaching. A true devotee of the Lord does not look for others, namely any other living being or demigod, even for deliverance from danger. Why? Because she knows very well. She knows very well. He knew nothing except Krishna. And therefore the Lord was also always ready to help them in all respects and in all circumstances. That is the transcendental nature of the Lord. That the Lord does not know anyone but his devotees. And the devotee does not know anyone but the Lord. Now, Lokesha expressed this in the 9th canto. I was speaking to Swami. My devotee does not know anyone but me. Therefore, I do not know anyone or anything else except my devotee. That is, the Prophet said, that is the transcendental nature of Lord Krishna. That is the transcendental nature of Lord Krishna. He reciprocates the dependence of the devotee. One should not therefore look for help from imperfect living beings or demigods, but should look for all help from Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is competent to save his devotees. Such a chaste devotee also never asks the Lord for help, but the Lord out of his own accord. He is always anxious to render it. The Kapila Muni also expressed that in the 3rd canto. Kapila Muni expressed that. My devotees never ask me for anything. They never ask me for anything. Nothing. Even if I ask them to take something, they would never accept anything from me. And if I force them, they would never accept it. So when I ask, what do you want? The devotee say, just service. Just service. Just service. That also we've seen in a 7th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, the life of Prahlad Maharaj. The Lord tried, Lord Nrsimhadev tried to entice him. You take a boon from me. Ask me for many benedictions, many. Prahlad Maharaj said, I don't need benediction because I'm already benedicted by you. I'm already benedicted, so I don't need any benediction. Therefore, devotees should be chaste. Meaning what? We should depend only on Krishna for everything and nothing else. This is the teaching from Bhakti Devi, beginning from this text 17. Text 18. Powerful teaching. It's another powerful teaching. Kunti uvacha namashe purusham padyam ishwadam prakrite param alaksham sarada bhutanam antar bahiri avastitam. Srimati Kunti Devi said, "Oh Krishna, Namashe, let me bow down, let me offer my respectful obedience unto who? Purusham, the Supreme Personality of God. The Supreme Personality of God. Why? Why offer obeisances to you? Why couldn't you say the Abdyam? You are what? To Abdyam, you are the original personality of God, original Ishwar. The controller of what? Prakriti, or the material cosmos. Param, you are beyond the material element. Alaksham, you are invisible, even though you pervade everything. Alaksham, you are invisible, even though you pervade everything. Sarva Bhutanam Antar Bahiri Avastitam. Although you pervade everything, still you are not seen by everyone. Krishna was here physically. Krishna was here physically. Many people saw it, but not everybody saw it. Only very few people saw it. Although Krishna was moving among a crowd of people, but still, it is not everybody who saw Krishna, even though he was here. But Krishna himself is very, 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 very conscious of that. And he explained that in Chaitanya Bhagavat. If I do not show my mercy to somebody, if I don't show my mercy to somebody, those who doesn't have my mercy, I can stand before them face to face, even laugh with them, live with them, they will never know me. And I gave an example. I was right there with the Kamsa. Kamsa will see me every day, but he didn't know me. I am Krishna. Krishna is a small child because he's my uncle. Krishna is my uncle. Sorry, Kamsa is my uncle. And we see every day, but he never understood me. And even in the case of Kamsa, he was meditating and thinking of me 24 hours. Still, he does not know me. One cannot be meditating on something. And Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, anything, what level of consciousness, anything we remember when we are quitting the body, Krishna said, as samsaya, we will attend to that without fail. Without fail. And Kamsa was 24 hours thinking of Krishna. Where did he go? He didn't remember Krishna at the time of death. Even though in his own case, Krishna personally killed him. That means that Krishna will ride it directly with him, face to face, one physically present when he was leaving the body. Still Kamsa did not see Krishna. But the soldiers who fought at the battlefield of Kurukshetra, all the soldiers who fought there, they attained perfection. And Prabhupada mentioned because they left their body in the presence of Krishna. But Kamsa, they were not shot down dead by Krishna himself. In the case of Kamsa, Krishna personally killed Kamsa. He was right there with him. Yes, he was right there. Asamsaya, atra samsaya. Yati nasti atra samsaya. Whatever state of existence or being we remember, we will attend to that without fail. Krishna said, without a doubt. It is sure, it is guaranteed. But in the case of Kamsa, we don't see that happen. We didn't see that Kamsa so remembered the Krishna when he was living the body, even though Krishna personally killed him. And at the same time, we are seeing how the people who left the body on the Kurukshetra war, on the battle of Kurukshetra war, they were not personally killed by Lord Krishna, but all of them went back to Godhead because Prabhupada said because they saw Krishna while leaving the body. He left the body in the presence of Krishna. But Kamsa left his body in the presence of Krishna, being killed directly by Krishna himself. Kamsa didn't get it. So why? What is the problem? Kamsa does not have the mercy of Krishna. But all those soldiers who fought at the Kurukshetra war, they had a mercy of Krishna because not all of them fought out of enmity towards the Pandavas. They fought out of duty. Therefore, they had a mercy of Krishna. That is one. Second person is Dhira. Lord Krishna was also living with Dhira directly. Dhira did not remember Krishna. Even though in the case of Dhira, Krishna was also standing there face to face with him. But instead of remembering Krishna, Dhira was blaspheming Krishna. You, Krishna, with your friends, you will stay here in Matsavula and suffer. I'm going to Swarga to enjoy. He was blaspheming Krishna. Why? Because he also did not have the mercy of Krishna. We have so many examples. Kamsa, Dhirodan, Ravana was killed directly, right there, directly, before Ormachanda. Sisopal, Jarasandha, all the personalities, they left the body in the presence of Krishna, but they did not go back to it, as others did, because they don't have the mercy of Krishna. So Kunti Devi is offering this prayer to Lord Krishna. Kunti Devi said, "Oh Krishna, I offer my obeisances because you are the original personality and unaffected by the qualities of the material world. You are existing both within and without everything, yet you are invisible to all. So when Kunti Devi offered the prayer, the person said, I am your nephew. Why are you offering me respect? Kunti Devi said, yes, you are my nephew, but you are the supreme personality of God. Krishna said, of course, I'm a man. There's no doubt about that. Kunti Devi said, yes, you are a man, but what kind of a man? You are the origin of all men. I agree, you are a man. Yes, you are a person. What kind of a person? You are the supreme person. You are the beginning. You are the first one. The first. And you will begin everything and everyone. Well, all bodies come and go. All souls are original. Adya. See the logic? See the philosophy? Kunti Devi, you are Adya, you're the beginning. It means there's no end for you. Kunti Devi say, yes, you are eternal, but you are what? Chief eternal. That is your position. You are the position, but you are supreme. You are the supreme beginning of everything. Yes. That is your position. So Krishna said, well, you can say like that. In the heavenly planet, there are also people who are controllers. Indra and the moon god and other personalities who are they are also controllers. Ishwara. Kunti Devi said, yes, you are Ishwara, but you are what? You are Parameshwara. You are Parameshwara. You are not just Ishwara. You are the Parama Ishwara. You are the beginning. You are superior to all these personalities because they are not the beginning. Yeah, Parameshwara. Yes, that is you. The Indra, the moon god, and all other controllers, they are not supreme. You are the supreme person, the beginning, the master, the Lord, the controller of all the universe. That is your position. That is your position. You are not just a person. Yes, you are. I am the Purana within the Purus, within everything. No, you are imperceptible, alakshan. You are alakshan. You are imperceptible. You are inside, Bahiri, and you are inside. You are also outside. Still, not everybody can see you. This is your position. You are the supreme person of God. So the Christian say, oh, so I'm imperceptible, so no one can see me. Kunti Devi said, no, you are situated internally, you're also situated externally. This is your position. No one can equate with you. No one can equate with you. This is your position. Yes. This is Krishna's position. He was arguing with the Kunti Devi, but Kunti Devi maintained her position. He maintained her statement. Alasham Sadava Bhutanam, Antar Bahiri Abasticham. This is your position. You are not just another person. You are the supreme. So the Prabhupada is saying, when Kunti affirms that the Lord, although both within and without all living beings, is still invisible. It's still invisible because Krishna does not show his mercy. What about most of us who have been hearing Krishna is the Paramatma, Antaryami. Krishna is the super soul, all living entity. Krishna is the heart of all living entity, the Paramatma. We have been hearing and hearing and hearing this again and again. And we ourselves have spoken about it just like we're doing now. Spoken so many times, and we continue to speak about this. But that does not mean that all of us have realized it. Only few have realized it. Not all have realized it. Not all. So the Lord is, so to speak, a puzzle for the common man. Yes, really a puzzle. A puzzle. Puzzle means that it's a perplexity. It's a perplexity. Christian's activities is very, very complex, extremely, supremely complex. At the same time, Christian said, I reserve my right to do like that. So I will reveal myself to only devotees. That's Krishna's right. That is Krishna's right. Yes. When Kunti experienced personally that Lord Krishna was present before her, yet Peter within the womb of Uttara from the attack of Aswatthama, the master. Kunti herself was puzzled about whether Sri Krishna is both pervasive or localized. In fact, he is both, but he reserved the right of not being exposed to persons who are not surrendered souls. This checking curtain is called the Yoga Maya, energy of the Supreme Lord, and it controls the limited vision of the rebellious soul. It is explained as follows. That you get in 725, about get 725. Professor reserved the right of not being known to anyone and everyone. That's Krishna's prerogative. He has that right, and he gave that right to his devotees. The devotees have a perfect understanding of Krishna. Non-devotee will not understand Krishna, but the devotees have a perfect understanding about who Krishna is. So Kunti is teaching this, offering these powerful prayers, and he's teaching us in her powerful prayers that if we are not shown mercy, we cannot understand Lord Krishna. Even though we are speaking about him, we are hearing about him, we do so many things. Yes. Yoga Maya Samavrita Mudu Yam Abhijanati Lokumam Ajam Abhyam. This is Krishna. Naham Prakasha Sarvashya. This is Krishna. Naham Prakasha Sarvashya. Naham. I am not known to the foolish and unintelligent. I'm not known to them. Those who are not intelligent, those who are fools, cannot understand Krishna. Only those who are very intelligent, the Buddhas, who are very intelligent, they can understand Krishna. The Buddhas were what we mean by the Buddhas, those are intelligent. Means what? Those who are not those who are materially educated, economic, those who have material qualification. They are not what we consider the Buddhas. The Buddhas are those who may be academically illiterate, but they are devotees of Krishna from the heart. Krishna will show them completely. Lord Advaita Acharya, we were celebrating him very soon. Monday, few days, Lord Advaita Acharya. He called Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, Lord Advaita Acharya, he said, my dear Lord, I request some boon from you. I'm requesting some boon from you. Please give me some benediction, some blessings. I need some blessings. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you can't ask me for anything because you brought me here. You brought me here. You can ask me for anything. Advaita Acharya said, my dear Lord, those are very proud of their wealth, of their education, of their beauty, of their high parentage. Those who are contaminated by these disqualifications, do not give them Krishna. Do not give them Krishna. Do not show them your mercy. Don't give them prema. For those who are Mlechas, the Yavana, the Kirata, the Pulinda, and all others who feel themselves very low and they are surrendered to you in their heart. Though they are externally, but their heart is full of devotion for you due to your costless mercy. Give them Krishna prayer. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wow, yes. Let it be as you said. It cannot be otherwise. It is just as you have said it, to be as you have said. It cannot be otherwise. Yes. That is the teachings from Kunti Devi. Kunti Devi's teaching. A powerful lesson. So Kunti Devi knows Krishna is the supreme personality. Although he is playing this part as a human being. See, he's not a fool. He's called here Sati, one who is 100% devoted and dependent upon Krishna. So she knows Krishna is supreme personality. Therefore, she's offering obeisances purposefully. The supreme personality of Godhead. As I'm speaking, if anyone has any question, I will just raise a hand, and I will break and answer your question. Otherwise, I'll continue to speak. If you have a question anywhere, just raise a hand. I will see that and I will try to explain whatever will be the confusion. So we move forward. Now we are moving to text 19. So these are powerful prayers, very powerful prayers, powerful teachings, powerful prayers and powerful teachings. Kunti Devi is giving. Vaya Javani Kachanan Agya Dokshajam Adyayam Na Laksha Se Udhadrisha Natuna Chadaro Yata. Being beyond the range of limited sense perception, you are the eternally irreproachable factor covered by the curtain of deluding energy. You are invisible to the foolish observer, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. Yes. So Kunti Devi continue her teachings. Since internally you protected the child in the womb of Uttara, and externally you protect us by being near us, should I understand that you are all pervading? I do not know. That is expressed in this verse. Why? A country Devi is expressing. I said very nice. Yes. It is easy to understand why a country Devi would make this inquiry. If you take a paper and tear it into pieces, throw it on the floor. The original wholesomeness of that paper no longer exists. Is it not? If you take a piece of paper and tear into pieces and spread it on the floor, what is original? You don't find original. Being both localized and all-pervading seems contradictory. Can someone be present in a specific place and present everywhere concurrently? Have we seen a person like that before? Have you ever seen a person like that? Have you ever seen somebody like that? Sitting in one place and you are everywhere, people will see you everywhere. Huh? Is it possible?
No, Gurudev.
Yeah, no, not possible. Where it original, the piece of paper, you take a piece of paper is whole, it tear into pieces and throw on the floor. Where's the original? Does it exist? Can you find original? So Krishna had divided himself everywhere, say everywhere. So where is the original? And if this were possible, that Krishna is a person both localized and all-pervading, how can one who is both present everywhere and all-pervading remain unreorganized? After all, Krishna, who is Kunti Devi's nephew, Lord. Yes, we'll find that there is one person who can do that, and that is Krishna. That is the position of Krishna. That we don't find someone else, not even demigods. Although Krishna is the one. After all, Krishna is a piece of paper one can tear into pieces and throw on the floor. Krishna is a material object we can just tear into pieces and throw on the floor, and I don't find the origin. that cannot be Krishna. He can be unlimitedly present, and at the same time, he's still one. Yeah, that is Krishna's position. Inconceivably conceivable. Yes. If he's not conceivable, then how can we know him? If Krishna is inconceivable, how can we know him? And what is the use of studying about him? What is the use of hearing about him? If he's inconceivable, he is conceivable because we can understand him. So we can understand him to some extent, not completely, to some extent, only to some extent, to some limit, only some limit. That is there. Yes. So Kunti Devi answered the question. Just as one cannot recognize an actor where he is in a costume, so Krishna remains beyond a limit of common people's perception because the curtain of the deluding energy covers the eyes. Conditioned souls are so fully covered by illusion that they remain unable to see Krishna. That does not mean they want to see Krishna. The devotees who are not covered, they can see Krishna. But those who are covered, they will not see, and they will not see. They will not see. They will not see. Yes. That is express. Mm. Yes. All our senses are imperfect. We claim to observe everything and anything, but we must admit that we can observe things under certain material conditions only, which are also beyond our control. The Lord is beyond the observation of sense perception. Could we accept this deficiency of the conditioned souls, especially of the human class, who are less intelligent? For less intelligent men, there must be such things as temples, mosques, churches, so that they may begin to recognize the authority of the Lord and hear about him from authorities in such holy places for less intelligent men. This beginning of spiritual life is essential, and only foolish men deprive the establishment of such places of worship, which are required to raise the standard of spiritual attributes for the mass of people. For less intelligent persons, bound down before the authority of the Lord, as generally done in the temples, mosques, or churches, is as beneficial as it is for the advanced devotees to meditate upon him by active service. By active service. All right. Text number 20. Tata Paramahamsanam Muninam Amaladmanam Bhakti Yoga Vidhanaratam Atam Pashema Histriya Katam Pashema Histriya. You yourself descend to propagate the transcendental science of devotion service onto the heart of the advanced transcendentalists and mental speculators who are purified by being able to discriminate between matter and spirit. How then are we women know you perfectly? How is that possible? So Kunti Devi is teaching. I am a hopeless woman. I'm hopeless as a woman. And even the omniscient Savior Paramahamsas who worship you with attraction for your sweet person, being ignorant of the truth about your person, know the intricacies of their persons? No. Only the Amala Admaram refers to those who are free from contamination of material guna, the liberated souls in this life can see the supreme personality of God. Others cannot. Others cannot. Others cannot. Yeah, according to the teaching of the proper mentality required when approaching Krishna. One must feel humility, natural strength, duty, intelligence, and assorted other good qualities remain insufficient assets when one tries to know the Lord. So it's like Prabhupada encourages us in the purport that what? The Lord is so kind that he does not show special favor only to one who is a great philosopher. He knows the sincerity of purpose. That's in the purport. The Lord is so kind that he does not show special favor only to one who is a great philosopher. He knows the sincerity of purpose. For this reason only, women generally assemble in great number in any sort of religious function. In every country and in every set of religion, it appears that the women are more interested than the men. This simplicity of acceptance of the Lord's authority is more effective than showy, insincere religious favor. Yes. So the women are more sincere. More sincere. They're simple. Men are complicated. Therefore, they have difficulty understanding. That's why we can see more women in religious places than men, because they are more simple. Does everyone have Bhagavatam? Everyone has a copy of Bhagavatam. Does everyone have Bhagavatam, a copy of Bhagavatam? Does everyone have Bhagavatam?
Yes, I have a copy.
Yes, Maharaj. I have on the phone.
Is there anyone who does not have Bhagavatam? Everyone have?
Yes, Maharaj.
So, Salika Prabhu, can you just leave the screen like this instead of showing this? Show?
Okay, Maharaj.
Say, yes, I want to see people around me. So I know I'm speaking to people. So I will communicate when I see the people. I don't see anything there.
Okay, Maharaj.
Okay. Yes, Madhavan Prabhu. What's your question?
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Yes.
But it happens that many instances when a man will be devoted or the husband will be devoted to Krishna consciousness, but the woman will be averse to devotional service, and sometimes even the wife will draw away the man from devotional service. But I quite agree that generally in religious circle we have more women, especially in churches. You know.
So men reject their husband because of Krishna consciousness. Men doesn't reject their husband, their wife because of Krishna consciousness.
No, what I'm saying is that usually the wife's husband tries to be Krishna conscious, and sometimes they even they remove their husband from Krishna consciousness. So this saying that women are more, they're simpler and they easily take to religious processes. But it's like, it's not very exactly the same with devotional service sometimes.
Don't you see, even in Hare Krishna, don't you see that we have more women than men also? You don't see that. Don't you see we have more women than men? We know we are small. Can't you see that we are more? Women are more than men. I'm seeing that. I saw even that in Lagos Temple, the women are more here than men. And in other organizations I've seen in the Christian fold, Muslim fold, women are more, 3 times more than men.
Okay, Maharaj.
So yeah, we have a situation where we may see the women want to take their away from Christian country. That is it, but the general principle which we see is that we have more women, and women are more simple than men. That is natural. They are more simple than men. Is it not? See, if you have a 80% over 20, how do you call that? The 20% is less. It's less. So we can say, oh, majority. Few cases may be like that. All right. 21. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Kanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Let me therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who has become the son of Vasudeva, the pleasure of deity, the boy of Nanda, and the other cowhead men of the Dhira, and the enlivener of the cows and the sons. Why did the Supreme Personality of Godhead come here to this world? Why Krishna came here? What is the purpose of Krishna coming here?
To give pleasure to the devotees.
Give pleasure to the devotee. Yeah, you cannot do that from Goloka. You can do it right from there. If you say Yadna Prabhu is to be happy, when you say no, you're not here, I cannot get it. You don't even have to take permission from me. You just make it manifest. It will happen. Yeah. Now, Brenda.
Krishna Gurudev, Krishna came to protect the devotees from the miscreants.
Okay, Krishna came to protect the devotees. He can also do it from there. He can also do it from there. Krishna mounted his Sudarshan Chakra. Krishna mounted his Sudarshan Chakra right there in the palace of Ambarish Maharaj. Krishna didn't carry his Sudarshan Chakra. Krishna left it there. He kept it there to protect Ambarish Maharaj. So he doesn't have to be physically present. He can do that from anywhere. Right? That's why Krishna came here. What is come here to do?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna came to give pleasure to the devotees.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Chaitanya Prabhu said that. So that is what he said about Gita. Paritranaya sadhana. So he said, I'll kill the devotee, the non-devotees, and protect the devotees, make my devotees happy. Yes. That is good. That is good. All of you are correct. Krishna came to kill the miscreant and give pleasure to his devotees. Lord Krishna personally came to show himself to the devotees. Krishna showed himself to the devotees. I will if you want to see Krishna. If you tell you to meditate on something you don't see, how would you feel? Krishna showed his blissful form to the devotee so the devotee can meditate on the lotus feet. Yes, Krishna showed his devotees this one. And in the 10th canto, Bahula Swami Maharaj said, Lord Krishna, if we had not come, we will not be able to defeat the Mayavadis who say they don't have, you are not a person. But because you are personally present, now we have a say. Now we can say, yes, their philosophy is wrong because you are a person and we can see you face to face, eye to eye. So for this reason, yes, Prabhupada explained also in the purport. The Lord being thus unapproachable by any material asset, out of unbounded and costless mercy, descend on the earth as he is, in order to show his special mercy upon his unalloyed devotee, and to diminish the absurdities of the demoniac persons. Kunti superficially adores the incarnation or descent of Lord Krishna above all other incarnations, because in this particular incarnation, he is more approachable. Lord Krishna is more approachable compared to normal Chandra. In Ram incarnation, he remained a king's son from his very childhood. But in the incarnation of Krishna, although he was the son of a king, he at once left the shelter of his real father and mother, King Vasudeva and Queen Devi, just after his appearance, and went to the lap of Yashoda Maya to play the part of an ordinary cowherd boy in the blessed bread of Bhakti, which is very sanctified because of his childhood fastings. Therefore, Lord Krishna is more merciful than Lord Ram. He was undoubtedly very kind to Kunti's brother Vasudeva and the family. Had he not become the son of Vasudeva and Devi, Kunti could not claim him to be her nephew, and those addressed Krishna in parental affection. But Nanda and Yashoda are more fortunate because they could relish the Lord's childhood fasting, which are more attractive than all other fastings. Bilva Mangal Thakura in Krishna Kanamrit, he said, Lord Krishna, Lord Brahma, and Pradyumna, they are your sons, exalted sons. Lakshmi Devi is your queen, very exalted, wonderful, wonderful. All the demigods, they are your faithful servant, and you are the Lord of the universe, you are the supreme creator, and everything is coming from you. But with all these things put together, your patience in Vrindavan has no equal. There's no equal to your patience in Vrindavan. So Brother Muri proper is saying here, the patience of Vrindavan is more attractive than all others. There is no parallel to his childhood patience as exhibited in Brother Bhumi, which are the prototypes of his eternal affairs in the original Krishna Loka, described as Chintamanidam in the Brahma Samhita. Lord Sri Krishna descended himself at Brahma Bhumi with all his transcendental intellect and paraphernalia. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore confirmed that no one is as fortunate as the resident of the Bhumi. and specifically the cowherd girls, who dedicated their everything to the satisfaction of God. His pastimes were none in his shoulder, and his pastimes were the cowherd men, and especially for the cowherd boys and the cows that have caused him to be known as Govinda. For Krishna as Govinda is more inclined to the Brahmanas and the cows, indicating thereby that human prosperity depends more on these two items, namely Brahminical culture and cow protection. Lord Krishna is never satisfied where these are lacking. (22) Namaha Pankaja Nabhaya, Namaha Pankaja Maline, Namaha Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajagraye. Namaha Pankaja Nabhaya. My respectful obeisances are unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with depression like a lotus flower. Pankaja Nabhaya. Namaha Pankaja Maline, who are always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers. Namaha Pankaja Netraya, whose glance is as cool as the lotus. And Namaste Pankaja, and whose feet are engraved with lotuses. Lord Krishna has how many? 19 items of souls. What feet? 19. Wonderful. Lord Krishna's body is so, so sweet. So sweet. In lotus feet, his feet is called lotus, which is an offense because Lord Krishna's feet cannot be compared to lotus. What is lotus? Lotus, temporarily it will fade, but Lord Krishna's feet never faded, never faded, never. Krishna's feet remain ever fresh, never faded. The lotus flower get fade away, but rising of the sun and setting of the sun. But because it is very close to our understanding, so our Acharya use that, and because our Acharya use that word, it is not an offense. It is a part of ornament, decorating of Krishna's paraphernalia for his enjoyment. Yes. Like Krishna's paraphernalia for his enjoyment. Krishna is enjoying. So Kunti Devi looking at Lord Krishna is chanting this mantra. Namaha Pankaja Nabhaya, Namaha Pankaja Nalile, Namaha Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajangaye. I am also counted among the fortunate, for you give happiness to my eyes. Lord Krishna's body is very, very, very sweet. Lord Krishna's body is very sweet, Madhura. Very sweet. So Kunti Devi say, yeah, give it happiness to my eyes. my eyes receiving the sight of the navel, the gallant, the eyes, the feet become pleasantly cool. You cool down my eyes because you are cool. Therefore, you are cooling my eyes, but you are beautiful, cool form. And Buddha Mangal Thakura said, Lord Krishna is cooler than the moon on Lord Shiva's head, because that moon is disease. While Lord Krishna's moon has no disease. Very cool, very cool. So Kunti Devi is appreciating that. It's appreciating Krishna's cool lotus feet. Therefore, if we meditate upon Krishna lotus feet, if we meditate upon Krishna lotus feet, as Kunti Devi compares Krishna to lotus, mentioning his lotus-like abdomen, garland of lotus flowers, glance that is as cool as a lotus, and lotus-marked feet. So Jiva Goswami indicates Krishna's capacity to bring happiness and remove miseries in one compound word. Sukha, Datwa, Tapa, Haditwa, Dham, in his own pocket. The Prabhupada says, once you begin to see the Lord from the lotus feet, gradually rising to the thighs, the waist, chest, and face. Once you now try to look at the face of the Lord without being accustomed to seeing the lotus feet of the Lord. Srimati Kunti Devi, because of her being the aunt of the Lord, did not begin to see the Lord from the lotus feet because the Lord might feel ashamed. And thus Kunti Devi, just to save the painful situation for the Lord, began to see the Lord just above his lotus. That is, on the waist of the Lord, gradually rising to the face, and then down to the lotus feet in the round. Everything there is in order. Everything there is in order. So from the feet, that is how we should begin. We should begin from the lotus feet. And Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is the lotus feet. Yes. So we begin from the lotus feet of Krishna. If we start the meditation from the lotus feet, we start our meditation from the lotus feet of Krishna. Gradually rising from the feet to the ankles, to the knee, to the waist, to the stomach, to the chest, to the lotus face. The lotus face of Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, is the 10th canto. That is the 10th canto. So the idea is that by the time we study Srimad Bhagavatam from canto 1 to 9th canto, what should be expected of us? If we study Bhagavatam from canto 1 to 9, what should be happening with us? What should be our state? What should be expected from us? What should be expected when you finish canto 1 to 9? What should be expected? Salika Prabhu, we finish canto 9, what should be expected?
You should have understanding and realization of Krishna.
have realization of Krishna. Abba Brinda?
We should be developing pure love of Godhead, Krishna Prem.
Develop your love of Godhead. Thank you. Finish Canto 1 to 9. It should be pure devotee. When you enter 10th canto, you are participating with Krishna's every single pastime. We are participating. We are not observers. We are participants. So we are hearing Krishna is going to the forest. We are going with Krishna. We are part of the interest, going to the forest. We are assisting Krishna and tending the cows. Huh? Krishna is dancing the gopis. We are participating. We are in the gopis from this gopi base. We are dancing with Krishna. So we are not external devotee. We are no more a neophyte devotee. So we don't feel otherwise when we're hearing the intimate dealings of Krishna with his intimate associate, confidential associate, most confidential. Krishna has friends, Saka. Krishna has Saka, friends. And Krishna has confidential friends. And then he has most confidential friends. Saka, Priya Narma Sakas, or Sakis. By then we are on that platform. That is expectation. So Bhagavatam should be studied as you're doing, right from the beginning, from Canto 1 to Canto 9. If we really study, if you really hear the Bhagavatam, then we are free to enter into Canto 10, where we will be participating with Krishna in his daily pastimes. So we have to start from here, from the lotus feet. But by the time we finish drinking the madhu, the honey which is coming from the lotus flower. This honey is not just our material honey. This honey, our material honey will cure some diseases from the eyes, but the honey which is coming from the lotus feet does not cure only the eye. It cures the disease of the heart, lost. The heart is cured from that disease. Yes. So that is the benefit of meditating upon the lotus feet. When that disease is cured, then we will come to the Krishna's body, full body. The body of Krishna is so sweet. Lord Krishna's body is so sweet. And then beyond the body, Lord Krishna's face is so sweeter. It's sweeter. And then beyond the Krishna, lotus feet is what? The Lord Krishna's smile, which is like the fragrance of honey. And the fragrance. '23. O Hrishikesh, master of the senses and Lord of Lords, you have released your mother, Devaki, who was long imprisoned and distressed by the envious King Kamsa, and me and my children from a series of constant danger. So Kunti Devi is saying, "Oh, Rishikesh, master of the senses, you will know my heart since you are master of the senses." Because you are the master of the senses, so you know my heart. Not everybody will know my heart, but you know my heart. I was rescued from danger along with my sons. You show special mercy to me since you did not protect Devi's other children. Kunti Devi is making a practical offering to the prayer to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna, you show a special mercy to me. More than your mother. You show a special mercy to me more than your mother. What was the reason? I was more afflicted with suffering by my karma. I was suffering even more than Bhakti. You protected my children, but you allow Bhakti's children to be killed. So you are more merciful to me than your mother. Why? Because her husband was there. Her husband was there with her, but I don't have my husband. Therefore, you show me special mercy. My husband will have protected her, but I don't have my husband. So you gave me full protection. That what the Kunti Devi is saying. That because the husband is there, even if the Devi's children are killed, the husband can still give her more. But for me, I don't have my husband. So if my children are killed, I'm not going to have another children because I've not have a second husband. What will happen to Kunti if she comes today? What do you think she will feel? How do you think Kunti Devi will feel if she comes here today? Huh? Do you hear my question? Did you understand my question? Want me to repeat it? Nava Brenda, did you hear me?
Can you please repeat the question?
My question was, Kunti Devi said, you protected my children because I don't have a husband. So I don't have my husband, therefore I'm not going to have a second husband. So I will not have children again. But Devki still have her husband. So if you kill all the children are dead, he can still give her more children. But me, I will not get because I don't have my husband again. So we're asking, this is the mentality of Kunti Devi. So what she's here today, how will she feel? How will Kunti Devi feel with our present situation, our present civilization? Only you can marry 10 husbands. Hare Krishna.
She will immediately think, okay, I will take another husband. After all, it's the normal thing.
So you think like that, Kunti Devi? She will feel very, very disturbed. What is happening? Is this human beings? Are we human beings? That's how Kunti Devi will feel. Are they human beings? Kinnara. She will ask this question. Kinnara. Kin Purusha. Kin Deva. Are they human beings? Are they persons? Are they devas? She'll be very disturbed. But we are feeling comfortable. that is our state. They couldn't even.
But Kunkinti will never appear this time, right?
She will not come. That is why I'm saying if she comes, this side will feel. So therefore she will not come. She will not come this time. So another reason she gave is that the six children of Devki which they comes are killed. They are ordinary children. They cannot be compared to one Krishna. So she said the best of all children. Krishna is there. Therefore, there is no use to keep those 9 useless ones. And since you were the great jewel, Krishna is the great jewel among all children. What need was there for our previous inferior children who were not saved. Moreover, I was again and again saved from the host of danger, whereas she was saved from one little danger called the cancer. I have many problems, but Devke has only one. Only one problem. So I have many. Therefore, if we have more problems, then we stand a chance to get the mercy. That one who has a small problem. She had not even a trace of danger since she was happy with the repeated expectation that the Supreme Lord would be born from her womb. And after you were born, she had no danger. I was in all ways, all ways wretched. You were merciful to me because you are the friend of the gospel. I was not like fortunate people who had prayed for you. I don't have prayer. Therefore, you give me wonderful protection and give. Okay, we'll continue. We'll take a break. We'll see you after 10 minutes. Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you. Please take a break. Stand up. We should eat something or drink something. It will continue after.
नवगौरवरं नवपुष्पसरं नवभावधरं नवलस्यपरं नवहास्यकरं नवहेमवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरं नवगौरवरं नवपुष्पसरं नवभावधरं नवलास्यपरं नव
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully. device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth
Hare Krishna.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Bluetooth device is connected successfully. The Bluetooth is connected successfully.
Hare Krishna. Can we start? All right. Hare Krishna. So we continue. Yeah, Kunti Devi. The Prabhupada says something very nice. Devaki, the mother of Krishna and sister of King Kamsa, was put into prison along with her husband, Vasudeva, because the envious king was afraid of being killed by Devaki's eighth son, Krishna. He killed all the sons of Devaki who were born before Krishna. But Krishna escaped the danger of child's death because he was transferred to the house of Nanda, but Krishna's foster father. Kunti Devi, along with her children, was also saved. From a series of dangers. Kunti Devi was shown far more favor because Lord Krishna did not save the other children of Devi, whereas he saved the children of Kunti Devi. This was done because Kunti's husband was living, whereas Kunti Devi was a widow and was known to help her except Krishna. The conclusion is that Krishna endows more favor to a devotee who is in greater dangers. Sometimes he put his pure devotees in such danger because in that condition of helplessness, the devotee becomes more attached to the Lord. The more the attachment is there for the Lord, the more success is there for the devotee. That's important. Text 24. My dear Krishna, your Lordship has protected us from a poisoned cake, from a great fire, from cannibals, from a vicious assembly, from suffering during our exile in the forest, and from the battle we a great general fought. And now you have saved us from the weapon of Ashwatthama. Kunti Devi continued to count the different series of problems that she had. Series of problems. Bhimsena was given poison cake. And after he was given the poison cake, he was unconscious. So they thought that now Bhimsena is dead. They threw him inside the water. The snake bit him. The poison, if you take poison to cure it, you have to take another poison to get cured. So when the snake bit Bhimsena, but the poison from the cake he has eaten was neutralized. So he was saved. Then they constructed a gaseous house. And they were put inside the house. The intention was in the night when they're sleeping, they will set fire in the house. I know a panda will be dead. While they were leaving, Dhira told you this one. You are a Kshatriya, but you should know that there are weapons, there are physical weapons and subtle weapons. The subtle weapons are more powerful than the physical weapons. So the place we are going, it is a weapon set to kill you. Therefore, don't sleep there peacefully. Dhira informed Yudhishthira about everything, all the details Dhira gave. So, and not only that, he made an arrangement that an engineer should go with them. So when they got there, the engineer dug a tunnel from inside the house to outside the city, which was not known to Jordan and his father. So they were very, very conscious of the whole thing. So the entrance was sealed. This is politics. Those days, all the kings, they have this arrangement. I went to Lucknow. In Lucknow, there is a very famous king. Very, very famous. Very, very powerful. A Muslim. Imam Bara, the great. Imam Bara the Great. So they asked him, he's really palace till today. You cannot find your way. If you are put inside the house, so the architectural world is not comparable. I wish our architect today can go there. If you enter the house, you cannot find your way outside. You can never. So it was designed in this way so that if an enemy entered there to kill the king, the enemy will be killed because the enemy the king knows everything, but no enemy will ever know the place, know the house. Very big palace. How many stories? I forgot how many stories. Big stories, 4 or 5 stories. Can't be mentioned. Imam Bara the Great. I went there, the tour guide, he took us on the bottom till the top of the building. So we went on top of the building. So after explaining all the details, then he asked us, okay, now you find a way to go down. Nobody was able to make it. Nobody can make it. And he has also a tunnel. In one of the rooms, you can never know where the tunnel is. They enter there, you can go to a different country. So the people were very civilized and very, very, very civilized, very educated, and have a lot of facilities. Ravana has a tunnel from Lanka to Brazil. Ravana. And imagine. So if you go to Brazil today, you see a lot of tunnels. Renato. A lot of tunnels in Brazil. The big hill, and under there is tunnel. You can go. Instead of climbing mountain, which is very risky, they construct a tunnel. So very easy to cross it. Very nice, beautiful. So many in Brazil. Tunnel. Yes. So Ravana has the tunnel from Lanka to Brazil. And Minas Gerais, he has collected all the gold from Brazil. Minas Gerais. And now he used to construct his palace and his house. Now you don't have gold in them because they are taking all. They are taking everything. Demon. So anyway, this science is there. When the Pandavas went there, Dhira told them. So they went there with an engineer who constructed the tunnel from the house outside the city. And they were well informed what is going to happen. So that the very night they were going to set the house ablaze, they were already aware. So the person who came to set fire on the house, Bhimsena caught him and threw him inside the fire. So he died. But the Pandavas, no Pandavas died. But the man who was sent to go and set the fire to kill the Pandavas didn't throw him inside. He died. He's the only person who was killed. So the Pandavas was saved. The beam is the only person who can break it. Because they cemented it. So Bhim came and hit it with his so everybody entered there. That's how they escaped. So Kunti Devi, remember this. We are protected from cannibals like Hidimbi. Hidimbi was very, very powerful. Bhimsena killed him. So Kunti Devi, remember, from the vicious assembly, Dushasana was going to strip property naked. They passed through all these problems, from suffering during the exile in the forest. They were in exile for 12 years. And from the battle, we a great general fought. Couldn't they remember all this? And lastly, and now you have saved us from the weapon of Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama wanted to kill him, and Krishna saved him. Similarly, when they were exiled in the forest, they didn't have to fight with the man-eating demon, the Dimba Rakshasa. But the Lord saved him. So it was not finished there. After all these tribulations, it was the great battle of Kurukshetra, and Arjuna had to meet such great generals as Drona, Bhishma, and Kripa, all powerful fighters. And at last, even when everything was done away, it was the Brahmastra released by the son of Dronacharya to kill the child within the womb of Kripa. And so the Lord saved the only surviving descendant of the Kurus. Text 25. I wish that all this is very, very famous. Vipada Sanputa Saswat Tatra Tatra Jagad Guru Babato Darasanam Jachyad Apunara Bhava Darasanam. I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we would no longer see repeated birth. No more birth. It's no more birth and death. One who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, who are accepted as the most suitable boat, which are accepted as the most suitable boat for crossing the ocean of nations, can achieve liberation as easily as one leaps over the holes made by the hooks of the cow. Such persons are meant to reside in the abode of the Lord, and they have nothing to do with the place where there is danger in every step. This material world is a place where every step is danger. Every step. who can testify to that. Every step dangerous. Dangerous. This material world is certified by the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita as a dangerous place full of calamities. Dukalayama Sashwatam. Put the Kunara Janma. Dukalayama Sashwatam. That is 8:15. Those intelligent persons are prepare plans to adjust to those calamities without knowing that the nature of these places itself full of calamities. How much plan can we make? How much preparation can we make? And what preparation can we make? What preparation can we make? What preparations can we make? They are itself perplexities. This is Prahlad Maharaj experience, which is shared with us in the 7th canto. My Lord, the material world is pounding everyone in this material. Everyone is being pounded in different ways. And the plan which I have arranged to solve the problem, I have discovered that becomes even worse than the original disease. This is our experience. The duty of the sane person, therefore, is to be undisturbed by worldly calamities, which are sure to happen in all circumstances. No one should be surprised that you have problems. Why should we be surprised? Because the material is meant for this. You should not be surprised. Just like one should not be surprised that they're hungry. Why am I hungry? They're hungry because I have a material body. Yes. If you don't have material body, you will not be hungry. You have material body, yeah, it is. It's hunger. It's hunger. That is why we are hungry. So one should not be surprised that we have a problem because it's a material world. And material world means what? We have so many unnecessary things in our lives. We have accumulated so many unnecessary things. And therefore we have to pay for them dearly. And no one can escape it. Suffering all sorts of unavoidable misfortunes. Unavoidable misfortunes. Unavoidable misfortunes. Suffering all sorts of unavoidable misfortunes. One should make progress in spiritual realization because that is the mission of human life. Unavoidable misfortunes. In other words, we should use every situation to make advancement in Krishna consciousness. That is transcendence. Transcendence means that we use every situation to make advancement in Krishna consciousness. Every situation. Unavoidable misfortunes. We cannot avoid it. Even great saintly persons who come to this master world, they say, what about simple people? What about simple people? How much trouble we have incurred with our sinful activity. So Prabhupada is saying, one should make progress in spiritual realization because that is the mission of the Lord. In other words, we should not allow all these difficulties to distract our attention from making progress in Krishna. The spirit soul is transcendental to all material calamities. Therefore, the so-called calamities are so-called, they are called falls. A man may see a tiger swallow him in a dream, and he may cry for calamity, for this calamity. Actually, there is no tiger and there is no suffering. It is simply a case of dreams. That is true. We may have difficulty understanding this because we are still in the body. But when one transcends the body, we will see that all the things that happen to the body, and we are not this body, we are no more connected with this body, we will not feel it. We will not feel it. Why a yogi can sit in the middle of fire and not be affected. And a person who's not a yogi can never even get close, can never even think of going close. But a yogi is sitting in the middle of fire, huge fire. Above his head, the yogi can sit inside and meditate. Because that yogi has transcended the body. No more in the body. For those of us who are in the body, we feel everything that happens to the body. Therefore, it is temporary and it's a dream. In the same way, all calamities of life are said to be dreams. If someone is lucky enough to get in contact with the Lord by devotional service, it is all gain. Contact with the Lord by any one of the 9 devotional services is always a forward step on the path to going back to God. There's no question from anyone? No? "26. Janmayeshwarya Sutta Sridhir Idamana Adapuman Maivarati Abhidhatumbai Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. Akinchana Gocharam. My Lord, your Lordship can easily be approached. The Lord can easily be approached. Easily be approached. But only by those who are materially exhausted. Yes, that's the distinction. One who is on the path of material progress, trying to improve one himself with a respectable parentage, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty, cannot approach you with sincere feelings. Perfect. Our so-called material security is actually danger. It is danger, material security. Because there is no security here. That does not exist. It doesn't exist. So one can have the worship of the Lord, the prayer to the Lord, the service to the Lord with feelings. Only one is materially exhausted. Those who are very busy, fully engaged in trying to improve the material facility, material standard of life, will always remain miserable. Even their so-called charity, their so-called prayer, their so-called services, it is all contamination, all contaminated, all contaminated. All the contaminations they're not wonderful. Because the result is that by possessing all these material assets, one becomes artificially puffed up, intoxicated by so temporary possessions. Consequently, so materially puffed up persons are incapable of altering the holy name of the Lord by addressing him feelingly. Oh, Govinda, oh, Krishna. Actually, the Lord's holy name has such powerful potency, but there is a quality to such utterances also. It depends on the quality of feeling. That's how we make it, although the same name, we chant the same scripture, we read the same date, we worship the same, everything, everything the same. But we don't have the same level of advancement. We don't make the same level. We're not on the same level of advancement. Because when these things are done without feelings, it will not produce wonderful results. As when it is done with feelings. A helpless man can feelingly utter the holy name of the Lord, whereas a man who utters the same name, the holy name, in great mature satisfaction cannot be so sincere. A materially puffed up person may utter the holy name of the Lord occasionally, but he is incapable of uttering the holy name with quality. Therefore, the four principles of mature advancement, namely high birth, good wealth, high education, and attractive beauty are, so to speak, disqualifications for progress on the path of spiritual advancement. A general process is to decrease the degree of the fever and not to aggravate it by maltreatment. Sometimes it is seen as spiritual advanced persons become materially impoverished. This is no discouragement. On the other hand, such impoverishment is a good sign, as much as falling of temperature is a good sign for a sick person. The principle of life should be a principle of life should be to decrease the degree of material intoxication, which leads to be more and more illusioned about the aim of life. Grossly illusioned persons are quite unfit for entrance into the kingdom of God. It is not that if someone is materially poor, the person is qualified to understand Krishna. That is not the qualification. The qualification is that the heart is dedicated to Krishna. So in this verse 26, the Prophet gave a lecture in this verse, and he gave example of two special devotees. Srila Guru Keshoda Babaji Maharaj, Akinchana Gocha, and his divine guest, the Bhakti Saraswati Thakur, disciple and a spiritual master. Both of them have opposite life. Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur is extremely educated, and Srila Guru Keshoda Babaji is extremely literate. So to speak, materially. Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur of Prabhupada has 64 temples. Guru Keshoda Babaji Maharaj has none, not even none. So both of them, look at them materially, who is more advanced than other. Some people can be very, very poor, but are very, very, very angry and selfish. And they constantly dream about becoming opulent. They won't sleep, and they're angry with God. Therefore, they cannot maintain humility. They cannot maintain humility. They cannot be humble. So here we see that about this Genesis Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, they having 64 temples. 64. And his Samasa had none. We also saw the 6 Goswamis, they are extremely renounced. At the same time, they have very gorgeous and opulent temples. So it is not a contradiction. Everything is based on consciousness. It's a consciousness. So these examples that Prabhupada gave, Guru Keshoda Babaji Maharaj, he was invited by Maharaj Mahindrananji Mahindra Nandi. He was invited to come and speak. He go, oh, Guru Maharaj, I have organized a preaching program for you. So I invited so many people to come so he can please come and deliver the lecture. So I go to Sada Maharaj, looked at him. He said, my dear king, we have so many Saravas, you have already so many people who are worshiping you. You want to add me to the list? No. I'm your servant. No, Guru, no. Guru, how can you say that? I'm your disciple. I'm a faithful disciple, ready to obey you to carry on your order. I have arranged a preaching program to preach. Guru, please, preach. So I go to Shadabam and I said, my dear king, I'm asking you, you have so many Saravan who are already worshiping. Why do you want to add me to the list? You're not satisfied with what you have. So remain me. Mahendra Nandi said, no, Gurudev. I just want you to know. You are my master. I'm a Saravan. I'm just here to obey you. So like Guru Krishna Maharaj said, you say you're my disciple? Yes, Gurudev. Because of you arranged this program. So please come and preach. I'm a servant. Any order you give to me, I will keep it. So Babaji Maharaj said, yeah. So my order for you as my disciple is don't go back to the house. Stay here with me. Let us chant. He ran away. It means he ran away. Because that time, Salagopisha Bhagavati Maharaj was staying at the public toilet. That is where he said to do his job. You know how a public toilet is. Very, very, very disgusting. Public toilet. That is, and this one is the one that has been abandoned. So he stays there, smelling. Nobody comes there. Who will go there? So if Shilaguru Kishore Davaji Maharaj is here today, how many disciples will he have? That time he had only one disciple. How many disciples will he have this time? How many?
None. No one, no disciple.
He would have anyone. No one will stay with him. In the toilet. Do Java the whole day in the toilet. Even if it's a small smell, just a small place, we go to our nose and not breathe for some time. But this, we are going to stay here for the whole day. So many things will come to the mind. It's the only place one can chant Harikesha mantra. If they say one can chant everywhere. So what is so special about chanting in the toilet? Not even the private toilet. This is a public toilet. So many things will come to mind. Anyway, so this is Kunti Devi is teaching. We can serve the Lord with feelings if our attachment to material sense gratification are gone. Then we can have the feeling. Then we can be in a situation. You can have million temples, you can have everything, you can have the whole world. They will not problem. That's the teachings here. 27. Namo kinchana vitaya ibrita guna vritaye admaramaya santaya vaivadya pataye namaha. My obeisances are unto you. who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied. And therefore, you are the most gentle master of the most. Oh. Those who do not have anything materially speaking, akinchana, but possess only you, have a body of complete knowledge and peace, are alone they are unalloyed. They are the abode of Brahma and are those like treasures who should be hidden from everyone. Yes, the treasure should be hidden. Not nobody keep a treasure in the public. So Krishna prema should not be displayed in the public. Prema should be our confidential, cherished subject that should be kept ourselves, not displayed in the public. So the group is about when I was having also a teacher who had come to visit him. And this teacher was brought to him by his servant, his disciple. They used to carry him. He couldn't walk. He cannot walk for himself because he doesn't have strength to walk. Because he's in Krishna praying. So he doesn't have strength to walk. So he was brought to Srila and that time he was pretending to be blind. So he closed his eyes. But he knew that somebody has come. So he asked the servant, who has come? Before the servant could speak, the disciples of that man were speaking. Babaji Maharaj, you'll be happy to know who has come to visit you. We have brought a pure devotee of Krishna who does not have any attraction for anything. He just desire association. That's all. Only association they want. That's what we brought him. He just less than 5,000 rupees and he doesn't care what is that. That is nothing. So he has come to see you for association. He's here. In fact, we say you'll be happy to know who has come because our Guru is so pure that he's always in prema, so much in prema that he has no strength to walk by himself. So we have to carry him. So we brought him here to see him. Immediately upon hearing this, the group is said, Damodara said, get out from here. Take him away from here. Get out. He drove him away. So other devotees who were there when they got to they were disturbed. A pure devotee has come to see, and he said, this is Vaishnava Parad. So many of them left. Well, some who are very, very sincere, they came back to him and they said, yesterday something happened. Our mind has been disturbed about it. So we need some clarification. A pure devotee came to see yesterday and he drove him away. This is Vaishnava. So I go to Kishore Maharaj, he laughed. He said, people don't know anything. Huh? People don't know anything. A person who has prema cannot display it like this. Advertise prema, that is a sign that the person doesn't have it. Those who have it, who possess it, is rare treasure and they have to preserve it very carefully. So that man is a cheater. Therefore, his face should not be seen because it's a heavy confirmation. I offer respect to you who possesses these treasures of the Akinchana. But Akinchana are poor. That is true. The devotees alone do not have the wealth arising from the night. They have the Lord who is devoid of all material desires. Nimitta, Guna, the Lord's attachment to their Akinchana Bhakti as means. Papa told the story of Sanatana Goswami. He has a toaster. And once a Sankatifier came to him and asked, Sanatana Goswami said, you can take some, and take it there. A trust car. So the man took it and went home and touched everything in his house. It became gold. So Mr. Gold. Everything was gold. Everything is gold. So he was enjoying himself seriously, but being very, very fortunate because of his slight association with Sanatana Goswami, a second thought came to his mind. So he came back to Sanatana Goswami and said, my dear Lord, this thing is so valuable, very nice. Now everything in my house is good, and I'm enjoying that and I have this wonderful situation. But you kept this thing in a trash can. Anything in a trash can needs to be discarded. It means it's garbage. So Sanatana said, yes, this is useless. That's why I threw it there. So the man said, if you can throw this thing away, that means you have something superior. So, yes, I have something superior. So what is that? The holy name of Krishna. So can you give it to me? Sanatana Goswami said, yeah, I will give you, but the condition is that you have to go and throw that thing away first. Like I did, the trash can. So we discard it. Then you can have the what? The mind which is full of feeling for the Supreme Personality. Then you can chant the holy name to the perfection. Otherwise, you won't be able to attain perfection in chanting this. So go and discard it. The man is very fortunate, he went and did. Sanatana Goswami gave him the holy name, which he became the Dhira. The Supreme Personality Godhead has no direct connection with material activities. All his acts and deeds, which are exhibited even in this material world, are spiritual and without affection for the moods of material nature. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that all his acts, even appearance and disappearance in and out of the material world, are transcendental, and one who knows this perfectly shall not take birth again in this material world, but will go back to God. The material disease is due to hankering after and lording it over material nature. This hankering is due to an interaction of the three modes of nature. Neither the Lord nor the devotees have attachment for set, false enjoyment. Therefore, the Lord and the devotees are called Nivrita Gunavritti. The perfect Nivrita Gunavritti is the Supreme Lord, because he never becomes attracted by the modes of nature. Whereas the living beings that have such a tendency, some of them are entrapped by the illusory attraction of material nature. Because the Lord is a property of the devotees, and the devotees are the property of the Lord reciprocally. The devotees are certainly transcendental to the modes of nature. That is a natural conclusion. Such unalloyed devotees are distinct from the mixed devotees who approach the Lord for mitigation of the miseries and poverty, or because of inquisitiveness and speculation. The unalloyed devotees and the Lord are transcendentally attached to one another. For others, the Lord has nothing to reciprocate, and therefore he is called Atmarama, self-satisfied. Self-satisfied as he is a master of all monies who seek to make into the existence of the Lord. Such monies merge within the personal impudence of the Lord, called the Brahmajyoti. But the devotees enter into the transcendental presence of the Lord, which are never to be misunderstood as material Any question, comments? Is there a question or comment? All right, 28. Manetam kalamishanam nadi nidanam vibum samam charantam sarabhatra bhutanam jam vita kali. My Lord, I consider your Lordship to be eternal time, a supreme controller, without beginning and end, a all-pervasive one. In distributing your mercy, you are equal to everyone. The dissensions between living beings are due to a social intercourse. This may describe the Lord's destruction alone of those who offend his notice. You are not unjust, Samam, because you show attachment to the devotee, indifference to matter, assistance to some, and destruction to others, in whom there is conflict because their Lord gives suffering. He is equal and prejudiced. He is unmerciful and merciful. This is the nature of the Supreme Personality. This is nature. Others who misuse freedom are put into miseries destined by the eternal Kala. The Kala offers the conditions for both happiness and miseries. It is all predestined by the eternal time. As we have miseries uncalled for, so we may have happiness also without being asked, for they are all predestined by Kala. No one is therefore either an enemy or friend of the Lord. Everyone is suffering and enjoying the result of his own destiny. This destiny is made by the living beings in course of social intercourse. Everyone here wants to Lord it for the majority. And thus everyone creates his own destiny under the supervision of the Supreme Lord. He is all pervading, and therefore he can see everyone's activities. And because the Lord has no beginning or end, he is known also as eternal time. Allah. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam Gita. Srila Prabhupada.
Holiness Bhakti Damodara Maharaj ki Jai. Please let us chant one mantra to appreciate Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. If you have enjoyed this class, let us give one powerful mantra to Maharaj. This is what I said. Let's start again. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. Jai Sunna Bhadra Damodara Maharaj ki Jai. We expect you tomorrow morning by 7:30. Hare Krishna.